My father sold me to a 49-year-old man for a bride price. When I was 13, negotiating my value like livestock while I listened through the wall. When I begged him to stop, he dragged me before my grandfather, who said, "Layla has always been jealous of pure girls who can attract good husbands." I stayed silent. That was 6 months ago. Yesterday, he sat alone because he realized it was over. I was 13 when my cousin Layla showed up at our family reunion after being gone for 5 years. The moment she stepped through the gate, conversations died. "Look who decided to crawl back," someone muttered loud enough for everyone to hear. At dinner, Layla sat alone at the kitchen counter while the rest of us ate in the dining room. When I got up to bring her some bread, my older sister yanked my arm so hard it hurt. "Stay away from that one. She destroyed a good man's life with her lies." Over the following months, I observed how Layla lived like a ghost in our home. The aunties who used to praise young women for being helpful now acted like Layla's cooking would poison them. They made her taste every dish first, sneering while she did. My mother would check Layla's chores 3 times, always finding invisible dirt to complain about. But through all this, I noticed strange things about Layla. She'd slip folded papers into teenage girls' pockets during meal service. She left books about women's health in the bathroom. She memorized which days each young cousin visited, and always had tampons ready in her apron. Then came the afternoon that changed everything. I'd just gotten my period for the first time. My mother found the blood on my sheets and started crying, but they were tears of joy. Finally, the blessing has come. She called my aunts, who rushed over with sweets and flowers. "A woman's blood is sacred," my grandmother explained, kissing my forehead. "It means Allah has made you ready for your purpose, to bear children." She held my face in her wrinkled hands. "Our family has kept this tradition for 400 years. We marry our daughters within the moon cycle of their first blood to keep them pure, to ensure strong bloodlines." Suddenly, it all made sense. You see, up until this point, all of my cousins had disappeared at teenagehood. My parents had always told me they were going back to the motherland for high school, but now I knew the truth. Within hours, my father was on the phone. Yes, she has become a woman today. 13, yes, healthy and untouched. I heard him negotiating my bride price like I was livestock at the market. I was in the bathroom crying when someone knocked softly. It was Layla. She pressed something into my palm, a cell phone with numbers already saved. "Listen carefully," she said, checking the door. "Tomorrow at school, go to Mrs. Ahmed. Say these exact words. I am being forced to marry a man who is 49 years old. I am 15. She has to report it by law." Before I could respond, she was gone. My father found the phone that night. He dragged me and Layla before my grandfather, the family patriarch. "This snake is filling our daughter's head with poison," he raged, but grandfather barely glanced at us. "Layla has always been jealous of pure girls who can attract good husbands." He turned to Layla with cold eyes. "You should have been grateful to be chosen so young. Now look at you, 23, and no man will touch you. Your wedding," he pointed at me, "happens this weekend instead." I avoided Layla for days, terrified of making things worse. But one night, while I was locked in my room with no phone, the house exploded. I pressed my ear to the door to find out what was going on. Turns out, someone had found Layla in the tool shed at dawn, teaching my younger cousins phrases in English. "Help me, I'm being forced to marry. I am 13 years old." The adults had dragged her out by her hair while she screamed at the girls to remember the words. By noon, they'd shaved her head completely and locked her in the storage building. "Her husband's family is coming for her tomorrow," my aunt announced. Finally, justice. 2 nights before my wedding, I snuck to the storage building when they forgot to lock my door. I found Layla curled in the corner, her scalp raw and bleeding. She wasn't crying anymore, just staring at nothing. I sat beside her and held her hand. After hours of silence, she whispered, "You have the right to know who you're marrying." Her voice was hollow. "Ask anyone except family about Mr. Rashid's first 2 wives. Ask how old they were when they died." I stayed quiet, just squeezing her fingers. "I should have died too," she continued. "It would have been better than this." That's when I finally asked, "Is Mr. Rashid the good man you supposedly seduced?" She looked at me then, really looked at me for the first time. "I was 12, she said. He was 43.